Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Javi and Gus. Gus and Javi. We all saw this coming, right? I mean, honestly, Gus came into town looking like the perfect guy. The perfect Texas firefighter with his perfect smile and his perfect plan to apply for the Salem Fire Department just to stay close to Javi. And it was sweet. It really was. But it was also kind of boring. Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh. Gus is a good guy, a really good guy. But this is days of our lives. Good guys don't always win. And they definitely don't hold our attention when there is a chaotic, messy alternative standing right there in the shadows. And by shadows, I mean Leo Stark literally lurking behind plants and desks trying to sabotage Gus's job app. Leo was so jealous, so incredibly jealous. And we all watched Leo spiral thinking Javi was gone forever. But now the tables are turning in the most spectacular way. Because Javi is breaking up with Gus. Yes, you heard me. Javi is dumping the perfect firefighter next week. The spoilers are telling us that Javi takes a long, hard look at himself and realizes that Gus is just not the one. Gus is safe. Gus is stable. But Gus doesn't make Javi's heart race the way a certain scheming little troublemaker does. Javi is doing some serious soul searching, right? He's looking deep inside. And what he finds is Leo. Leo Stark is the man Javi loves, deep down. It's wild. It's actually wild to think about how much damage Leo has done, how many times he has messed up, and yet Javi still wants him. Javi still loves him. I guess the heart wants what it wants, right? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Probably no one, but we are absolutely here for the ride. Javi realizing that Gus isn't his future is a massive turning point. It's huge. It shifts the entire dynamic of this love triangle that has been dragging on for months. But wait, we have to talk about why Javi is having this epiphany right now. It's not just out of nowhere. It's because of Alamainia. The absolute nightmare happening in Alamania right now. Leo is currently being held hostage by Dimitri von Leuschner, of all people. Dimitri is holding Leo and Gwen captive, and it is a total disaster. Rafe is flying over there to play hero and negotiate, but Leo is in real, actual danger. And this is what flips the switch for Javi. Javi sees Leo throwing himself into these insanely dangerous situations. Leo went all the way to Alamainia on a rescue mission for Gwen, trying to play the hero, trying to prove he's a good person. And Javi sees that. Javi realizes that Leo does this because he's broken. Leo throws himself into danger because he desperately wants to be loved. He desperately wants to be seen as worthy. And Javi finally gets it. He really gets it. The psychology here is actually kind of brilliant for a soap. So Javi is waiting. He is waiting for Leo to survive this Alamania nightmare. The spoilers say Javi is planning to confess his feelings after Leo's ordeal is over. Can you imagine the scene? Just picture it. Leo, battered, exhausted, probably wearing something fabulous, but slightly torn, coming back to Salem. He thinks he has nothing. He thinks he lost Javi to Gus. He thinks his life is a joke. And then Javi is just standing there. Javi standing there and telling Leo that he dumped Gus. Telling Leo that he loves him. It's going to be so emotional. It's going to be one of those classic tear-jerking soap moments that we live. But then again, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Javi has to actually say the word. He has to look Leo in the eye and admit that all the fighting, all the pushing away was just him being scared of how much he actually cared. Javi has been terrified of Leo's chaos, but now he is choosing the chaos. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. Will Leo agree to reunite? Will he say yes? You would think it's an automatic yes, right? I mean, Leo has been obsessing over Javi for months. He literally tried to sabotage Gus's life just to get Javi back. He whined to Marlena, he whined to anyone who would listen, so of course he'll say yes. But what if he doesn't? Let's just think about this for a second. Leo is going through a massive trauma right now. Being held hostage by your villainous ex-husband who you once thought you loved, that messes a person up. Dimitri is ruthless, and Leo is making some kind of shocking offer to Dimitri right now to save himself and Gwen. What if that offer changes, Leo? What if Leo comes back from Alamania and he's different? What if he thinks he is too damaged for Javi now? I could totally see the writers pulling a twist where Javi finally wants Leo, but Leo pushes him away because he thinks Javi deserves better. That would be so frustrating. So incredibly frustrating. Let's talk more about Dimitri for a second, because he is the wild card in all of it. Dimitri von Leuschner is not someone you just walk away from easily. He is holding Gwen and Leo, and he is not backing down. Rafe is trying to negotiate, but what if Dimitri forces Leo to do something terrible? What if Leo's shocking offer involves betraying someone in Salem? If Leo comes back with more blood on his hands, or more dirty secrets, that could instantly ruin this beautiful reunion Javi is planning. Javi is choosing Leo despite the mess. But if the mess gets too big, even Javi might have a breaking point. I changed my mind. Maybe Javi's making a huge mistake. No, I want them together. But you get what I mean. The writers love to give us what we want and then snatch it away at the last second. It is their favorite game. And the fans on social media are going to lose their minds if Leo rejects Javi after Javi finally dumps Gus. We also have to talk about the recast. Jacob Martinez recently took over the role of Javi from Al Calderon, and it has been an adjustment. It always is when a character gets recast. But Jacob is really settling into the role. He brings a different kind of intensity to Javi. When Al was playing Javi, he had this sort of boyish frustration with Leo, but Jacob's Javi feels a bit more grounded, a bit more mature. So when this Javi makes the decision to dump Gus and choose Leo, it feels heavier. It feels like a real adult decision rather than just a fleeting impulse. The chemistry between Jacob Martinez and Greg Rikaart is going to be tested in these upcoming scenes. Confession scenes require so much vulnerability, and Greg Rikaart is amazing at playing the broken, vulnerable side of Leo. When Leo drops the snark and just lets himself be sad, it is magic. I really hope they let Leo cry. Just a little bit. He deserves a good cry after Alamainia. Zooming out for a minute, let's look at the bigger pattern here with Leo Stark. Leo has always been the architect of his own destruction. Always. He schemes. He lies. He blackmails. He ruined Chad and Sonny's lives for a while. He married Craig just for money and spite. He got involved with Dimitri while Dimitri was marrying Gwen. It is a laundry list of terrible decisions. But the writers have spent the last year trying to humanize him. They put him in therapy with Marlena. They gave him a genuine connection with Javi. And this storyline right now with Javi realizing that Leo's bad behavior comes from a deep, desperate need for love, it feels like the culmination of Leo's redemption arc. If Javi can love Leo, all of Leo, the good and the bad, then maybe Leo can finally stop self-sabotage. Maybe. Or maybe they will be happy for 2 weeks and then Leo will accidentally blackmail the mayor or something. Who knows? But for right now, this confession is exactly what the character needs. So honestly, I am just sitting here counting down the days until this episode airs because the anticipation is killing me. Javi dumping Gus is going to be sad because Gus really didn't do anything wrong. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time with a guy who was secretly in love with a chaotic gremlin named Leo Stark. And then the wait for Leo to get back from Alamania, assuming he doesn't get shot or blown up by Dimitri, which is always a possibility on this show, is going to be agonizing. Will Leo say yes? Will he break down in Javi's arms? Will Gus leave Salem or stick around to be a firefighter and just glare at them at the Brady pub? There are so many moving parts. But at the core of it, it is just a really good, messy love story. Javi and Leo, the good guy and the bad boy who is trying to be better. It is classic soap opera gold. And I am here for every single second of it. Let's just hope the writers don't mess it up.